Tut is going viral. He's having a little public beef, even though I know you're tight with your dad. He always talks positive about you. But what was the beef that he said that y'all didn't? What is it again that you complained and said that you didn't grow up in a 20,000 square foot house?
Was funny.
But then he said it was a 30,000 square foot house.
I don't know what he said. He said 20,000 square foot, and I was just saying that it wasn't 20,000 square feet. I was just stating the facts. You know, all I hear now is you grew up in a 20,000 square foot. So, you know, I just want, if y'all gonna tell me where I grew up at, let's just get the facts right. It's, you know, it's probably 13.
That's a pretty big house, though. 13,000 square
fucking
feet.
huge.
It's a big ass
fucking
house.
gigantic.
Yeah.
That shit huge, yeah.
So he was capping on the 20K, though.
You know.
But we don't have to hate on him too much. But your dad,
No, I don't hate.
No, I know you don't hate. You love your dad. But I'm saying he's a Hall of Fame football player. The last time they were good is when your dad was playing. So in your lifetime, you never got to even see him be good. That was kind of my first memories is when they were good. I was like 6, you know. I was, you know, young when they won their last Super Bowl. But I guess when it comes to the Cowboys, your dad, then after that, didn't he get hurt? So you were like 2 years old when your dad got hurt in that Philadelphia game?
Yeah.
Do you even remember that?
I wasn't 2. Wait, that was in 99, right?
It was in 99, so you're like 3 years old.
Like 1. I don't remember that shit.
And it makes me sick because, you know, Philadelphia, they had a really bad turf. They were famous for having that bad turf. And then your dad had played on that turf a million times, and they all knew it was bad, and then he got hurt. And then he could have played after that, but he just said he didn't want to, right?
I think it was because of the family and stuff. Like, it was a big scare. He broke one of his vertebrae.
Yeah.
So, thought he was going to be paralyzed. After that, he was like, where, you know?
Family is more important in being alive. Now, I want to play this clip. This guy is a famous guy, and he's trying to hate on you. And my good friend Charleston White is beefing with this guy, Cam Newton. You know Cam Newton, the guy that dresses kind of fruity, you know?
Yeah.
He's always dressing very metrosexualized, how we would describe that in high school. And he came after you. So let's play SOT number 4, and then I want to get Tut's reaction.
He said I be saying crazy shit in my raps.
My son raps. He raps under Tut Tarantino. His real name is Elijah Irvin. He raps about some of the hardest stuff. And I say to him, son, you grew up in a 20,000 square foot gated community home.
He said I grew up in a 20,000 square foot, and it's not that big. I ain't gonna lie to you, it ain't 20,000.
It ain't went past
15. Not that shit. Not even 15. You know what I'm saying?
Elijah, my boy, that ain't it. That man clothed you, took care of you. I don't give a fuck if it was 1 square feet. Nah, bro. Not like that, bro. I see what you trying to do. You trying to get the bear off your back, but you trying to discredit what your father said. Bro, stop it, bro. Live in your truth. Rap about your truth. Don't rap about what the trend is. Don't talk about a dress like what the trend is. It's okay to be you, bro. You don't gotta put on a perception of something. I had a heart. No, nigga, I didn't have a heart. I had a sweet ass life, nigga.
Yeah. That last part was kind of true. Tut, you probably have had a very good life.
Yeah, I say it all the time. I never said my life was hard. I don't know where people get that from. I never said my life was hard.
Yeah, I never heard you say that, but I'm saying, I guess.
My life was good.
Well, Cam, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cam
I got a good life.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you gotta gas up, that you did have a good life, that you've never had it that bad, because I'm guessing you've never went hungry, but you still have had struggles. What are some of the struggles you faced growing up? Like, what is the hardest thing that you would say? Because this is why I bring this up. A lot of people want to act like a victim. I don't think you're acting like a victim. But I would say even if you're successful financially, even in the industry, everybody has a reason to be a victim. You have something bad that happens to you where you can choose either to be sad about it or move on from it. So what is something bad that's happened to you that shaped you into the man you are today, Tut?
Like a lot of shit, man. A lot of situations I put myself in, a lot of shit that I just, I got a really big family. When you got a really big family, you lose a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna go to a lot of funerals and shit like that. Yeah. So I mean, it's normal shit. It's attention on me, so people see it different. Like it was a clip made about how I was talking about how my mom got Alzheimer's, and like, bro, every single comment, it was like, you know what I'm saying? It was like hate comments. And
yeah, I know that.
It's like, You know what I'm saying?
My
Like,
mom died, and then I posted about her dying, and they still make fun of me about that every day. And it's very tough when they come after our parents. But this is another thing, Tut, and I don't mean to bring up a tough subject, but your dad's been very vocal about it in the '90s. They had the White House. He was a very big party animal. I could imagine it was probably tough having a dad. Obviously, he provided for you, but let's say he's partying and he's having a wild lifestyle. I'm just saying it's probably an untraditional childhood, right?
yeah, his majority work though. My nigga, you feel me? He be working a lot. He work a lot.
Your dad works hard, yeah.
He works super hard. That's all he do. Always booked. Always doing something.
Do you think, and you see now all this talk about Shadur Sanders and Deion Sanders, there's a guy, Dr. Umar, one of my favorite content creators, I guess you'd call him. I don't even know what Dr. Umar's proper title is, but he's a very smart guy. He says in the black community that it doesn't matter if you have a good socioeconomic background, if you grow up rich or poor, that black men are too hard on their sons to be good at sports. Do you agree with that statement?
Not black men, but the majority.
I mean, white men are tough too on their kids, but do you think black men especially, or do you think it's just kind of the same as all other parents?
Nah, it's situational. I don't met. And there's ways to be serious about sports. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's ways to be hard on somebody without being like abusive.
Too hard.
You
Well,
feel
George,
me?
they showed George, so our director, George, he coaches all of his son's teams. George, do you think that you're too tough, or do you see a lot of parents like Baby Gronk's dad, which I love, I'm friends with Baby Gronk's dad, but do you see a lot of parents that are too tough, and do you ever think that you're too tough or push your kid too hard, George?
Oh, yeah. You definitely see them all the time out there. They get crazy.
No, but I'm
Especially-
saying, do you ever worry that you might be pushing your son a little too hard? I mean,
Yeah, actually, you know what I do, son? I think about that all the time. Especially when we're out there running hills in the summer and it's 120 degrees outside.
Did your dad do that with you?
No, actually, he did not.
Did your dad make your ass run?
Yeah, hell yeah.
No. He would get your ass up and say, go run some hills?
But look, man, when I was 6 years old, I would run like 4 miles a day.
What?
That's borderline
3 to
abuse.
4
That's
miles.
borderline abusive. 4 miles as a 6-year-old?
Yeah, I mean, shit, I did it.
You're,
Yes, that's
you're a
it.
tougher man because of it. But I'm just saying, a lot of things have to go right in order to be a good player. Not only do you have to be healthy, not only do you have to get a little lucky, but if you're not super passionate about it, if it's not your main focus or main goal, you're not going to be, a superstar athlete. So, not everybody likes football. I liked football, but not everybody likes it. I didn't like baseball. I sucked at basketball. But I'm just saying, if you're not super passionate about it, you can't fake the funk, So,
Right.
so what were you passionate about as a young man, or because you grew up in the spotlight of your dad, did that kind of push you away? Because a lot of people are like, they grow up in New York and they're Dallas Cowboys fans because their dad's a Giants fan. They want to do the opposite of their parents. And I do that too with my dad. I fade my dad. Sometimes he tells me to do something and I do the opposite. It's not because I don't respect my dad or don't love my dad. It's because it's like naturally I feel like I want to do the opposite of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think my passion was for entertainment. Because that's what I saw my dad doing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I saw my dad being an entertainer. I never seen him being a football player, so I saw him in movies and shit. So I started acting
That's what you want to
You know what
do.
I'm
So
saying?
you want to get in front of the camera.
and music and shit like that. Yeah, that was my mom was a Dolphins cheerleader. I used to dance and shit when I was little.
Wait,
like,
time out. Your dad dated a Dolphins cheerleader? That should be illegal. I'm going to report him. He was a cowboy and he dated a Dolphins cheerleader.
Yeah, man.
That's blasphemy. Does Jerry Jones know about this?
Of course.
Jerry Jones knows that Michael Irvin dated a Miami Dolphin.
Married.
Jimmy, this is huge news, dude. This might take him out of the Ring of Honor now.
That's pretty.
That's illegal. He can only date Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Your dad, that's cheating on the Cowboys in a way. Yes, it is.
Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders is crazy though. What do you mean he can only date Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders?
Because he's a Dallas Cowboy. He says he's so loyal to the franchise that he's off there high-siding with. How do you know that the Miami Dolphins cheerleader isn't trying to seduce him to make him lose in the game and help the Dolphins win? That's what I would do if I was a coach and I'm the coach of the Cowboys. I'm making all my Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders sleep with Tom Brady or sleep with Patrick Mahomes and then take away all of his semen and stamina. He's got no DNA to come to the game. You know, after you bust a nut, you're just all tired like that. And then imagine playing a football game and you just busted a nut because the cheerleaders are just in the locker room doing God knows what. That's how you win a championship.
I hate that feeling.
He won though. You know what I'm saying?
Your dad did win, so I guess
won.
he still had, even after he busted a nut, he
Yeah.
still had a left up.
Type shit.
You have a similar stamina to that?
Yeah. Definitely.
But to be fair, Tut, you did get in a little bit of legal trouble, so you've been locked up. That gives you street credibility in the game, right? Serving some time. Am I wrong about that?
I don't know. Y'all tell me. You know.
Well,
You know that. Motherfuckers know that.
Well, I'm just saying, and your dad's gotten in some trouble. You got some trouble, so you come from kind of a gangster family. How much more gangster can you get than Elijah Irvin being Michael Irvin's dad? So these haters that say you're not a gangster, I feel like you're more gangster than all those guys combined.
I am. I definitely am.
Because you grew up riding in Mercedes,
Yeah.
and also with weed in it, because your dad smoked, and you no offense, I'm just saying, hey, listen, we all like to smoke a little weed. I'm not trying to hate on that. I'm just saying, you actually grew up on it. And how about this, though? How about this? Is this racist? I don't want to be racist. I hope this is not racist. Is the black community jealous that you got to grow up with an actual dad in your life when a lot of people don't have a dad in their life?
Shit, I don't think so. I don't know, bro. I'm scared to answer some of these questions that you be asking.
I think I cracked the code.
What?
That's the code. They're mad. They say, "Oh, Elijah is not giving, Tut's not giving his dad enough credit," but they're mad because none of them had a dad, and so they're like, "I wish I had a dad." They're jealous that you had a dad.
They gotta like talk to their dad or something, right? Like
What?
they gotta like find their dad and talk to their dad or something, right?
You know how hard that is, though. You know a lot of young black men and white men, but mainly black men. That's not racial. I love black men. Grow up with single moms. You know that.
That's
And
true.
that-
It's true.
That's true.
It's
And that's
statistically
hard.
true.
And that's why I don't think in society, a lot of people try to say, oh, we have problems because they're based on race. I don't think that's the case because white people are screwed up too. But when you come from a broken home or you come, your dad's locked up, your dad's not around, it's hard for a man to listen to his mom and act right without a father figure. That's a science. That's genetics. That's whatever, A lion doesn't have his lion dad. The lion's going to be a little screwed up. That's just how it works. We got to have that father figure to smack us around a little bit to make us act right. And I don't think some moms are great, single moms, but they still do not have the capability that a dad has to whip a boy into shape.
Young man, yeah. Whip a young man into shape, right?
You got to whip a man into shape.
Right. Yeah.
Did your dad ever spank you? Did he ever hit you?
I mean, shit, yeah.
No.
He used to get spanked.
And his hands are huge.
It was like a belt.
But your dad has huge hands.
Yeah.
I know, because he catches the football like this. I'm saying, but imagine your dad's big ass hands hitting you upside the head. My dad's hands were small and they still hurt like hell. My dad used to be, he would get so mad at me because I would go and we go to KFC and you get like the 8-piece and I eat like 6 pieces. And my dad used to get the salt. He would be like, Alex, why did you take the thigh? Why did you take the breast? I love the breast. I like white meat, believe it or not. And he used to get the salt. I'm not kidding. He'd get mad at me. He'd be like, Alex, I got a little surprise for you. I'd be like, is it another piece of chicken? And he would blow salt right in my eyeballs.
That's dark.
It's dark.
Yeah, that's...
And listen to this. Listen to my dad. I grew up in a bail bond office, Tut. My dad, that's what he does for a living. Gets people out of jail. No joke. And I don't want to talk about this, but a guy, Pat Kennard, actually helped your dad get out of jail one time. A guy that works for my dad. But that's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is, I grew up around criminals, and my dad couldn't get a babysitter. This is true. Could not ever get the female babysitters would quit in the first day because I was so bad. So he'd get all the ex-cons to babysit me that he just got out of jail.
Like, I don't know what to say about that. You know what I'm saying?
What was your babysitters like?
I have a big family, but we didn't really have babysitters.
Y'all didn't have a babysitter around?
I have like aunties. Uncles.
Your aunt would do it?
Yeah, aunt, uncles.
I can't believe that. Because
Cousins.
your mom's obviously probably
I'm the
traveled.
youngest, but I got older siblings, so...
Oh, you're the baby?
Yeah.
You're the baby, Tut?
Yeah, baby Tut,
So that's why everybody
Mansion
likes
baby.
the baby.
Yeah,
So you're number 1 rated in the household.
to me, in my head, I pop it the hardest, you know? I'm trying to get somewhere. Never be comfortable.
You can never be comfortable, even though you did grow up in a 13,000 square foot house. It seems pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Did you have a diving board? Did you
It's
have?
it was a diving board.
You had a diving board?
Yeah. I could do all types of fucking flips and shit.
That's another reason why they hate you, because you can swim.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not that great at swimming, but like flipping.
No, see, now I know Elijah's lying because he's trying to relate because he knows.
No. I'm just being 100. Like, you know, niggas swim when you young. You go through a period where you just don't swim for years. You know what I'm saying?
You could still swim though, dude. You had to.
Yeah, I could. I'm not gonna drown. But you know, I'll flip off that diving board and get right to the edge. Like,
I seen an interview. He said your crib wasn't 20,000 square feet. You was capping.
Right, I saw that.
Yeah, man.
It's only 9 bedrooms. All of them have their own suite. But my thing is,
yeah, talk that shit, Mike. Yeah.
Pause. I mean, those guys, they got the best podcast.
See, Mike is letting you know how parents feel right here. This is parents teaching.
That's Mace, dude. That's number one guy ever.
Man, we need the perspective.
Right, they all had their own suite, you know what I mean? So listen, and you can Google that. It's right up on the Michael Irvin's mansion. Right. But the whole thing is, this is the world we're in, you know. My son gets people, he's working with them, and I guess they tell him this is the best route to go. And they go that route. You know?
Mike, you gotta chill, Mike. Mike, you gotta chill.
But let me tell you something. None of that
told him it's the best route.
You know, that's that stuff out there. None of it bothers me. He's my son. He's gonna always be my son. Ain't nothing take that away from me. You know what I mean?
Mike,
So I don't worry about that, man.
Mike, what do you mean? They told him this the best route to go. Who are you referring to?
That.
Who?
The publicist?
Whatever people he's working with. You know, because they do that.
Somebody told me to say that.
They're selling music online, and I guess this gets used.
Well, it is getting views. So what do you say to that clip? That's so funny, Mason Cameron, with your dad.
Nah, that was funny as fuck.
That was a good clip.
Yeah, that was a good clip. But nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Nobody told me to say that shit. Like, me and my dad, my whole family like this. Like, we kind of like, we pull at each other all the time.
Yeah, and your dad is known for being the biggest trash talker in the world. So I imagine that you're...
Yeah, like, if you can't have tough skin in our family, like, you damn near an outsider. Like, this ain't gonna stop. It's not gonna stop nothing. I'ma still talk freely as I talk. Like,
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just stating the facts. These motherfucker feel how you want to feel about it. I'm stating the facts. That bitch wasn't 20,000. You said 20,000. Now I'm living my life walking around with motherfuckers like, oh, you grew up in a 20,000 square. I know the facts. That bitch ain't 20,000 square feet. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
It was 9 bedrooms, all with an ensuite, though.
Shit, that shit fit inside 13,000 square feet.
That's a lot more than my house. I think my house is about 3,200 or something. Not even, I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, shit. Right now, I live in a 1,700 square foot house. You know what I'm saying?
And you're grinding and you're hustling.
Me and my
That's
brother.
How we had you on.
Me and my older brother.
You live with your brother?
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm so fly, I'm aligned with the planes. My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself